every time the phone falls down. Every time. Back up to the shop today, more work on the Civic, whole lot of sanding, more sanding. We always do sanding lately, but it's got to get there. It's got to get there. Preparation for paint, let's do it. Well boys, we got here and there's spider webs all over the car, looking a little neglected, but we're going to get to it today. We're going to get to it. Most of it's already sanded good enough, like the roof, these pillars here, they're all good enough. I'm gonna have to take that back off, but as you can see, like the doors need to be dealt with. Rear quarter, some of it up top is not bad. Coming around back here, all the primer spots we're gonna have to wet sand down. The bumper is gonna need to be sanded as well, and it's got like these grooves in it, which I don't really know about, but hopefully we'll see what sanding does to this. But there's like a bunch of like dings out of the plastic. I don't know if there's like Bondo plastic body filler I can do on that or not. Might just paint right over it, honestly. This side, rear quarter is pretty much all primered, so that's not bad, just a little sanding. This door as well. The hood, as you can see, that's going to need to be done, and then the fenders that are like half primered. But right now I've got to work on getting these fendies back on the car here, sort of like that. I'm going to have to bolt these guys up now, and then we're going to get to sanding. But just in case you guys forgot, here is the good old B16. We got the heat wrap on the headers, aluminum dual core rad, brand new trans and clutch with an actual mount there that we never had before, the torque mount, as well as on that side. Big carbon intake. The engine swap is doing real good. Right now though, I'm just going to put on a little time lapse. Got to get these fenders put back on, and then it's all down to sanding. This is my extendo action, check that out. Let's get some live action shots. Magnificent. Awesome. This was really just to get in on the door there, because as you can see, there's one tucked all the way in there and one all the way in the bottom, so that's what that was for. I'm going to go ahead and do the other fender, and then we're going to get on to, well, sanding all this glossiness off of it. Alright boys, so both the fenders are on there, super solid. Door closed good, and the gapping down is all good on this side. Come over to the other side. This one's just as on there, but the gapping's a little bit more wonky. It's skinny up there and gets fatter as it goes down. That's an easy fix. But what we got to focus on now is turning this, hey what's up, glossy reflection into this. And I'm going to be painting it with this stuff right here. Right here we have the Duplicolor Auto Acrylic Enamel. So this stuff has the UV inhibitors and blockers in it. Just gloss black. And then we're going to be sealing it with a 2K clear coat, which as you can see, the red cap on top there, it's got a little valve on the bottom that releases the hardener into this. So this clear coat is exactly what they use to paint cars from the factory and paint out of spray guns. It's just condensed in a can. This paint isn't as good as what they use in a spray can, but this clear is. So with the combination of that, this thing should be gloss black once and for all. And I'll keep it real with you guys. I got 3 cans of this and 2 cans of this. This is 15 bucks a can. This is 21 bucks a can. So I need to get 7 more of these, and I need to get 8 more of these. We're looking at about 350 bucks, not including what we already have here. And then, like I say, this thing, instead of going to matte black to primer to gloss black to more primer, the whole entire car is just going to be gloss black again, which I'm super stoked for. It's been way too long. Another thing though, the wheel department, little whack. These rotor grids that I have here, and you guys have seen on the channel for a few years now, are actually up for sale. I'm selling the wheels and the tires as a package deal. Brand new Nitto Neogens on them. Just look at the tread on those. There's still a shitload of meat on these things, and I do have these listed to help with the cost of the build. And I'm going to be putting on my CR Lies and painting them white. Those are 15s, and these ones here are 16s. And I also want to get some cheaper, junky Chinese tires so I can actually blow the tires off in second gear. Because these Neogens for 170 horse are a little bit too sticky, and it's fun in the curves, but when you want to light up the tires and stuff, it doesn't really do that without putting a lot of stress on the trans and axles and all that jazz. So I'm going to get some Junko tires, make some bank off the rotas, and then hopefully that will put this project even farther along. But that's enough talking. Now we got to get to sanding this thing, which I've been dreading, but it's got to get done. And this is what I'm thinking here. We've got, let you guys take a peek. We've got 180, we've got 80, we've got 400, and 800, and 1,000. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do 2 test spots, and I'm going to see, obviously the 80 is going to take the clear coat off quicker, but I don't want it to get too coarse. So I'm going to play around with both of these and see what I like better. And we're just going to get to it. Also, I've got this right here, which if you don't have a power tool sander, that guy is kind of a lifesaver, except for on curves. But let's just get to it, guys. Let's get to it. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to try 80 and 180 right here and then right here. So game over. Right off the hop, I already like how the 180 is coming out better than the 80, so I'm going to go do the whole car with 180, and then we'll see how it looks after the fact. Alright boys, we made a come up. We have found a sander in the shop. Hallelujah. We're going to go and do a little test spot right here. I have no idea what grit this is. Let's take a look at what I've done. All by hand, keep in mind, rear quarter is pretty well done. This door here is done. I didn't really bother about doing the trim piece because, well, trim goes there. We've got the hood done here. And that's about it so far. We still got this whole side of the car. Doing it by hand, but I actually lied. I didn't really like the 180. We went back to 80. And it's getting the job done a lot better. Keep in mind, we're just trying to take the clear coat peel off, not sand it down to bare metal, so well, there goes my clean brand new camera. The thing's dirty as can be, but we've gotten lots of good stuff done on the car. I actually started using that handheld palm sander again, and that was doing me a lot better. So let's take a peek at what we've done, boys. But god damn, it's a long process to sand. That's what they say, right? 90, I guess 90. That doesn't leave a whole lot of room to play, but 90% prep. The rest paint. There's a goddamn mosquito in here. As you guys know, this whole side has been done. Still, actually, I still forgot to do that fender. I gotta go do that fender right now. Hood done. I mean, for the most part. This fender done dilly. This door done. Rear quarter done as well. So that's what we're working with there. I tried a little test spot of 80 grit on the plastic bumper, but since it's plastic, it's kind of chewing up the plastic on the bumper as well. So I think I'm going to go down to like 180, maybe even like 400 for the bumper. I don't know. I just don't want it to chew up the plastic like this, because that's going to be just a freaking nightmare. Still got the hatch to go as well. As you can see, there's just dust on everything, a whole lot of dust. Like everything up here where the camera was sitting is just covered. But we are making our way here. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this front fender right now so we can get a nice time lapse of that. So there you have it. Fender and some of the door done. Yo, this bumper must have had like no paint on it, because I'm hitting it with 180 grit and it's just like falling off the car. It's like too easy. So let's set up a time lapse and see what we got going. All right, everybody. I, for some reason, have the hiccups. I think it's because I'm starving. And the whole car, I believe, is sanded. Every bare metal piece that was showing has been primered up. So let me show you what we're working with now. This is a good canvas to lay some fresh black paint on. And then some clear coat after. I got shit everywhere. Boom. Here it is, everybody. Go for a quick walk around. As you can see, every aspect of, oh my god, of the car is indeed sanded down just enough for the paint to stick to. It does look like this is all dusty, but that's just how it is, sanded down. And there we have it, everybody. The Civic that could, all sanded down, ready for paint, because as you know, this shit is terrible. Now we're working with this. Get ready for the paint. It's going to be sick. Next video, so next week's video, I'll be putting this thing in my pop-up garage that we just built. If you haven't seen the video on that, go check it out. There's the auto shelter right there. It is currently just around the corner, so the weather's not really permitting right now, and just in case any water does get inside of the tent from raining, I don't want my inside of my car to get swamped, because as you can see, there's no door trim on anything. Handles are off, like the lights are off, so that's a straight shot into the car, and I just don't want that. I'd hate to have put this much work in for it to get swamped by the rain, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it inside. But hopefully till next week we can start getting painted, put the trim back on, and then it can live out there in the little pop-up shop. But for this weekend, we're done sanding it, and I actually remembered to make an outro. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for watching, everybody. Comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed. We'll be back for tons more Civic content, maybe some Mazda Speed 3 content, and maybe we might even have to start modding the Veloster in. You never know. Please subscribe for more. We're doing some crazy shit here. Let's get this thing painted. Peace out, everybody.